Fellow Ghanaians, it's obvious from Lawuratu's lamentations this morning that the New Patriotic Party is not sorry. They are not sorry for what they did to the people of Ghana. They are not sorry for their misgovernance. They are not sorry for their mistakes. In fact, the reasons you voted them out still persist, which is obvious from their internal squabbles right up to today, that Lawuratu can sit in front of national television and purport that things are not going well is the height of dishonesty. I think it's the greatest insult to the sensibility of everyone who is watching Lawuratu. Because unfortunately for Lawuratu, she's not the only one who interfaces the economy. See, 2 weeks ago, one of the propaganda Jandam communicators came to say that the price of yas, we had put out flyers, you saw those flyers, of real market prices of basic goods and services, oil, rice, maize, plantains, which are seasonal. You know, even with agricultural products that are seasonal, we had seen marginal drop in prices. We have seen videos of market women themselves campaign and speak about how they have lowered the prices of their goods and services and praising the management of the economy. In fact, as at June, 71.4% or so of Ghanaians say that in the poll about the Mahama administration, and in June, 71.4% of Ghanaians had positive things to say about the Mahama administration and the management of the economy. I think those voices are the voices we would listen to. I think when we go to the market, you and I know, and your viewers who are watching us, please send text messages and tell us if the general prices of goods and services have not seen a reduction reflective of the stabilization of the city. I have seen big, I don't know if I should mention their name, big retail shops continue to announce new prices, reduced new prices, as a result of the stabilization of the Ghanaian city. If that is not money in people's pocket, then perhaps that is why we saw what we saw. Because maybe there's a distorted understanding of the management of the economy. And perhaps maybe they really did not have the men as they promised, because the evidence was glaring for all of us to see. The NPP always invites us to do a comparative assessment of tenors. And once we accept that invitation, they quickly do a U-turn and tell us that don't compare your tenors. You have been voted into power. Solve your problems. And yet at every stage of the way, they make it sound like they did so well that they were undeserving of the mandate, of the outcome or the decision of the people of Ghana, that Ghanaians made a mistake. When the same Ghanaians are the ones saying that Mahama Tuaso. You see, transparency, as I said, it's very difficult for a political party in government led by a president committed to leading differently to say that it's going to lead a transparent government. It's difficult because transparency invites a lot of questions. But President Mahama says that he prefers a transparent governance to that which is silent and avoidance, or even ignoring concerns if Lawuratu has genuine concerns, I can assure Lawuratu that His Excellency will listen to those concerns. That is the difference we are seeing today. It doesn't matter who speaks.
But we're not saying it's all rosy.
It does not matter.
We're not saying it's all rosy
today. When at every turn, President John Dramani Mahama will communicate. You see, it's about communicating what you're doing. Look, governance is not a perfect ride. There will be difficult decisions that have to be taken. But in that same spirit of transparency, you take those decisions, you explain yourself, and you will let the outcome of your governance justify whether your means were the best set of means to the end that we seek. What is the end that we seek? A Ghana that is working for every Ghanaian, irrespective of where you come from. And now I'll repeat that. Irrespective of where you come from, irrespective of the family you belong to, irrespective of who your friends are, a government that would work for you. And for them to say, you see, in one breath, Lawuratu sits here and says that, oh, you people, continue our projects. Don't stop the continuity. Governance is a continuum. And then the same mouth that is tasting salt is tasting sugar again and telling us, oh, at why they are not doing anything. They are only continuing.
Different.
He says that you are not doing anything different. Choose your battles. Because His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has said that we will not waste national resources. So of the projects, look, 123.6 billion Ghana cedis is the commitments and debt they have left for us in the road industry sector. 123.6 billion is what Lawuratu and her leaders left for this country. And the roads minister has indicated our commitment to continue with some of those roads projects.
Right.
But they will never take the leave of good governance from the book of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, because it is not in their character to ever concede their mistakes, neither is it in their character to accept, you know, recompense, to compensate.
Well, when it comes to mistakes,
their errors,
conceding of mistakes, Dr. Bawumia has apologized to the people of Ghana, at least during the thank you tour. He mentioned a few things some of their leaders have. So I guess some of the points, yes, you have to defend and explain, but it doesn't necessarily mean they have not considered that some mistakes were, you know, committed. You've watched Kennedy Japon's interview. At some point, he himself admitted that we committed mistakes here. Dr. Bawumia himself has.
Have you heard Kennedy Japan say that the system continues to attack him because of the candid views he expresses? So within the party, speak no evil and see no evil.
Okay.
That is the internal mantra, as has been communicated by Kennedy Japan. Kennedy says that they bastardized him for saying same things that the candidates then also said.
Okay.
So they said that Kennedy, went around saying things that his opponents now used against the party. Whereas the things that Bawumia himself said that were used against the NPP were not things.
Okay.
Let me wrap up. With regards to the prices of goods and services, the people of Ghana who go to the market, they know. Okay. They know if things are getting better. They have told us that things are getting better. Are we there yet? Of course not.
Okay.
Will the finance minister? Well, I thought I was responding to Lawuratu. Lawuratu,
because of time.
Answer your questions and answer the questions that are pending. You see, Shamima can sit here and try to personalize it and use all kinds of adjectives on me, call me dishonest. But I mean, fundamentally, it takes one to know one. When I mentioned the price of kinky, Shamima is sitting here and making it seem as if she knows what happens in every market. And I'm using market in context. So she knows prices of everything across board. But when I mentioned the price of kinky, you remember the question she asked me? Did you buy your kinky from East Legon? So that means there's no fair pricing, right? So if you sit down here and assume that someone is doing Jandam because they express their reality, which is different from
and
your
reality is that Kenke is 7 cedis.
You want to call the person...
Kenke is not 7 cedis in Abokobi.
Please.
I buy Kenke 5 cedis, which is bigger. You buy Kenke. Kenke is not 7 cedis.
So
allow her.
Where in Ghana is Kenke 7 cedis?
No, Shamima,
tell me.
No. Just spare her.
Yes.
It doesn't
No.
I beg you. Said yes.
No.
What do you mean by
yes.
No, I beg you.
Is 18 cedis.
What do you mean by
yes
sanitary
pad
pad? Spare me your
is
word.
13
Oh,
cedis.
why are you getting emotional?
No, but why are you saying she should spare me? Spare
Is
me
it a
your word.
spare word I
your
use?
word.
Withdraw. Withdraw.
Interjection. No.
Yeah, she should spare us.
Yeah,
but
the
not spare me.
interjections. That's all.
She should spare us.
Don't
the
get
interjection, but
emotional
not
over
spare me.
this. Go ahead.
Come on, Annie.
Okay, go
get
ahead.
emotional over what?
Because of the way you started
you're the one
attacking
who cry
me.
right now. Me,
I almost
even,
thought some lion had entered the
emotional, I
studio.
don't go red. You will go red right now. The two of you.
What, because of my skin tone?
You go red. So everybody will see whether you are emotional
Go ahead.
or not. But you see, she can say what she wants to say. But the fact that you have your reality, someone has their reality, and they're expressing their reality, doesn't mean. But fundamentally, in all this, what has Shamima said? I mean, as for you saying we are not remorseful and all that, it's up to the people of Ghana to judge.
Whether you're remorseful or
not. And you have referenced what Dr. Baumia said, what the General Secretary has said, what other leading party. Sometimes it's so disingenuous that the same Kennedy Japan that they used to lambast is now their reference point to justify what they are doing or what they are not doing wrong, which is sad. In one breath, this person is not worth it. In another breath, he's your reference point. But talking about dishonesty and all those things, we sit here. We've made our mistakes. We've been punished by the people of Ghana. We've learned from our mistakes. We keep learning. We are making our amendments. It's not up to me to come and sit here and talk about what we are doing internally. We owe the people of Ghana explanations when we're running the affairs and we're the ones managing their taxes, which is their money. Today, you are the one managing the affairs of this country, managing our money. You make promises to us to make things better. You claim on paper those things are better, but in our reality, they are not.
Okay.
That is what you should be responding to. Not coming to call me names and talking about the MPP, talking about the MPP not being remorseful. How does that affect the price of fish? How does that affect the price
Favorably.
of cake? How does that reduce cement from 120 cedis to even the 95 cedis that you complained about? How does that increase the 1 cedi bofo that I buy that the size has reduced? Please. Stick to the issues. It's not about name calling. Also, the name calling,
issue of the economy.
For it. You can call
the finance minister,
whatever you say.
As the finance minister,
no, hold on, Sir Shamima.
As the finance minister,
Lawuratu, are you done?
She go explain.
Don't throw your hands. Don't throw your hands.
Explain tire.
Be a lady.
She won't. Oh, Shamima.
I said don't throw your hands around.
You can say whatever you want to say. You can try to gaslight me as much as you want, but I won't.
This gaslighting, do you know that
because
I
have my emotions.
I think you did something like this.
The reality. No, I mean we all.
Annie,
I didn't.
It was an unaware.
The finance minister when he
but you can say all that you can say.
Addressed
the point is
Parliament
how
and the
our
people
prices
of
being
Ghana.
affected.